Hey guys, Ali here. How are you doing? Welcome back to Layman's Insight and another episode of Disco Elysium where we've just finished talking to this guy. I forget what he called himself. Give me just a second here. Kim's getting into position. Oh, no, nothing to say, okay. Yeah, I have actually completely forgotten what he's called himself, but putting that aside for a second, at the end of the conversation, that plasmid, the invisible, unhearable creature that we were searching for with Lena and her husband, it has decided to rear its ugly head. So I'm going to have a look at it and check it out. Big stick insect. Ooh.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair. White and curled at the tips.
Cool.
It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks.
Let's see here. Let's whisper to it. This is the Insolentian Phasmid.
It is.
Yeah. The lieutenant whispers behind you. You hear the familiar ring of his jacket unzipping, slowly, painstakingly so.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open, extremely carefully. It's the camera.
Oh, wow.
No, the flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
The flash is loud, Kim. It won't like that.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
He continues to pull the lens open.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear. I am not palatable. Do not eat me. I am afraid.
It's afraid. Stop now.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He has stopped fiddling with the camera but does not put it down.
You see the phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
I have the pheromone. I can approach it.
I don't think the pheromone will do anything.
His whisper turns into a skeptical hiss. But he has stopped now.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you. Its
Good.
antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly.
I'm going to say something to it quietly. Something like, don't be afraid.
Nothing changes in the cyclical braying motion of the creature's limbs. They are porcelain white on the inside and reed-colored on the out. Beige, light brown, and striped. You are unsure
right.
if it is scared or not.
Let's try something else. Hey.
The creature tilts its tiny head to the side and appears to look at you. It is incredibly light, like the slightest gust of wind should blow it away.
Well, the weather we've been...
Doesn't.
Well, the weather we've been having recently, I'm surprised it's still here. Surprised? Yeah, there's a word. Surprised.
There is a sadness in there.
Oh.
Or is it in you? From the dream. It's still with you. The pitiful hey you told her. Even now.
You exist.
A sudden chirrup fills the air. The walking stick moves its whole body, limbs working independently of each other, like the parts of a masterfully constructed machine. It moves just an inch closer to you. Or does it only feel like it does? Something in its body language has changed, just slightly.
Okay, let's do the electrochemistry thing here. Approach it carefully. Yeah!
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks, that swarm around your head like swallows.
Hmm.
Like laughter, a sort of happiness.
Maybe.
Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
Is there anybody else who always said that word is chitin? Thank you, Elder Scrolls. I don't think I've ever heard that word said out loud before. Gonna raise my hand slowly.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence. No, stop. Be afraid.
I'm gonna put my hand down.
The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you, moving in tandem on either side of the insect's small head.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
Stand on my tiptoes and look more closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. The faintest smell like you've never felt before, like burnt roses.
Kim, it's foaming.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The lieutenant watches you apprehensively. Thanks for the concern, Kim.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell, like summer burning.
Okay. See? Kim was saying, nah, it's a waste of time. Let's stick to the main investigation. When we were doing all this stuff to try and find this thing. But look at how that's paid off now. Not giving up on the phasmid. Nice perk there. I'm going to take that. Tell me, what are you doing?
I exist.
I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
Ah. If I tell you, what will happen?
Then I will tell you what it's like for me.
Okay. I'm ill.
What is your illness?
I'm ill in my head, I'm insane, that's how it is for me. In my heart, for me it's sadness, input after input.
For me, it is not like that. I have states, not the emotions. For example, I experience excitement at unexpected sugar rewards. But that is not important.
So essentially, it gets sugar highs. Cool.
Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist.
Intruded upon by what?
Shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never ache.
I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument.
Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you, with all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass. Eternal damnation. Even when you're sleeping, and when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great, mute empathy for you.
What an interesting little observation. It was very disorienting at first, but I'm keeping my shit together.
That must be incredibly hard. The arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we're watching. When you're tired, when the vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on, rooting for you.
Oh, that's nice to know.
And when you fall, we will come to raise you up. Bud from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. But not me, because I'm just a leaf eater.
Dad, don't beat yourself down like that. You seem pretty cool.
Detective.
I'm a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
The killer.
He's in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial to him, but I am not. I only quicken his deterioration.
You're destroying him?
Very slowly, and only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the picture in your head. But he has looked at me for too long, and I am destroying him.
Wow. Is this a dream? What is happening?
No, you are awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
Where does this come from? All this around us, the world.
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
We need to know. Perhaps it's sent to us by a god?
I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum.
Oh, that's kind of adorable.
Wait, so
So you look like a reed and you eat reeds.
Yes, they don't mind.
Have you accidentally eaten another reed phasmid?
Yes. I
Uh-oh.
once cloned myself and ate the little ones.
Wow.
It was winter, and I woke up at the wrong time. It was an accident.
That voice is, I've heard that voice before. Oh, I know who she said, who that, I think it's a girl anyway, sounds like a girl. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The woman with the antenna, the empathy person. The one who can kind of read and inject feelings into people. It sounds like her. That's what it sounds like. That's kind of nice. I like that voice. What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash cans and boys.
Sounds so excited about that too.
It may have unknown, dangerous biochemical characteristics that help it maintain its camouflage.
No, no one believed they exist.
Wait, what?
Almost no one. Until you came, detective. Dripping of blood that smells like strawberries. Across the calm sea. The first in 1,000 years.
Okay, so the text reads, I went unnoticed by first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain, also by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminese islanders, who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me.
I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
That would be me, then, I guess? Are you poisonous?
Yes, I do not have a starter display, so I use a neurodegenerative element to aid in camouflage. Do not worry, it is only destructive over long periods of time.
And that will be why the sniper guy is deteriorating as he is, I think.
The deserter.
The
He's been
deserter,
here for
there we
a
go.
long time.
Are you the miracle?
No, you are the miracle.
How?
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while you are extreme, all-engulfing madness. A volatile simian nervous system, ominously new to the planet.
Okay.
The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
Wait, the Pale is human-made?
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
How?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day, or just forget?
But I want to blink and undo 12 billion years of matter expansion. I don't want to do that. I've already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it
After-
somehow related to the case?
Sort of.
I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts, that was all.
No, there is one more.
Of all the creatures I've met, you're the kindest, or of all the creatures I've met, you're the most beautiful. kindest.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman. Turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. Do it for the working class.
What woman?
You cannot lie to me. Behind you, he smells of fires. So awfully far you were prepared to go in her presence. And it.
I will try.
She was middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Okay, Kim, take the picture.
Okay.
With a slow ring of metal, the lieutenant slides the lens open and raises it to eye level.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot.
No.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash
Oh.
of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
I got it.
You hear the lieutenant whisper as the creature's shape develops onto a photo paper in his hand. A polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds in the sky, and you as a shadow before it. Slowly reach out and touch the creature's whisker.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish. The sensation is electrifying, resounding through your body. It is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Look at my finger.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in front of you stays frozen.
I'm gonna lick my finger because I'm an idiot.
It tastes like sugar,
Ooh.
very faint. The anthropod towers above you, tufts of reeds pointed from limb and head alike. Odorless, mostly comprised of water.
Carefully pet its scythe-like forearms.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing. Warning.
Warning. Run your hand up the slender limb, higher.
A small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, its black pearl eyes still glisten, mesmerized by the light passing its nervous system. There is some kind of countdown happening as it slowly processes the overwhelming brightness of the signal. The invertebrate is regaining control. The stimulus overloaded it. It's passing like an extended moment or a gallstone. Here, within the smooth white inner part of its limb, you sense something very intimate. Thoughts.
I'll keep the secret to myself.
Another shudder passes through the forearm under your palm. Feels like blood pumping through a brain. It's coming too. You withdraw your hand slowly.
We got it.
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
Disengage slowly.
As you're turning away, The phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
Wow, that would be incredible to see. How cool is that?
And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
The lieutenant looks north with his hand raised to his brow. It can walk on water?
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
What now?
What now?
The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He puts his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Alright.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Sir, how could you not see the phasmid? He stares at the reeds and falls silent.
Mr. Duras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets, his gap-toothed mouth shaking with fear and longing, like an addict of some terrible substance.
Let's wave my hand in front of his eyes.
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Duras?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
He looks at him, then you. I think it's the phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke?
I do.
Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
He couldn't see it, Kim. It's just the reeds for him.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Duras.
He touches the man's shoulder.
No response.
Maybe this is how the phasmid has stayed hidden all these years.
Then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it.
Yes, you forget it's there.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Duras, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds?
The old man stutters.
The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
Before, when I evaluated his state, he seemed strangely animated.
He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse.
Perhaps this animation isn't just by something in the phasmid?
It does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive.
Ooh.
I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall.
He takes off his glasses and cleans them. When he puts them back on, he's still staring at the sea. I think he's addicted to that thing.
Like a drug?
He has the symptoms of an addict, and not the normal symptoms.
His pupils appear to be dilated. They still are.
He examines the catatonic man's eyes. Could it be there's something hormonal in his relationship to the phasmid?
You mean pheromonal?
He seemed a little off for a man his age. Randy.
Disco, knowing of her bruises, his disposition toward Miss Orania, I see what you mean.
I talked to the phasmid. It said it's destroying him.
You should be more careful, detective. Are you sure it wasn't having an effect on you?
Maybe. Anyway, it's only trying to remain unseen. The degradation is a side effect.
A valid hunch. Long-term exposure to something like that could be neurodegenerative. Also, please be careful when approaching a non-species in the future, detective.
He's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it is... Sorry, how much of it... Who knows how much of it in its company? Alright, okay, yeah.
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place, and the insect maybe.
He looks at his notebook.
I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo.
Hang tight.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Okay. Let's get back onto the boat then, I think, guys. Man, that was a really epic part of the game. I liked that. The conversation with the deserter. And then finally, like, I'd almost completely forgotten that we had, you know, that we were originally looking for that thing. And then when it appeared, I was like, oh yeah! Very nice. Very, very, very nice. What I'm going to do for now, guys, is I think I'll end this episode here, and then I'll catch you back up once I get to somewhere where we're going to make some more progress. I think we're just going to be going to the boat and then heading back to the city for now, so I'll probably just end up seeing you there. I hope you enjoyed the video though, and if you did, you can always hit the like button. If you're wanting to stick around for further episodes, whether it be of this or anything else that I cover in the future, make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you know when videos go live. For now though, take care, and I will catch you in the next video.